Hey guys, it is Nikki from the Inside Story. I started the Midnight Library with you guys, and I am reading chapter 2 today. I do apologize, so I missed a couple days. I'm a big dummy. I got a new tablet for my birthday, so I wiped the old tablet, not even realizing that I had the videos on that tablet. So I had to wait until I got this tablet and everything. It's been a mess. So, I'm sorry for the hold up, but we are going to get you guys taken care of today. So today is a chapter 2 of the Midnight Library. And let's see. Alright, so chapter 2, the Midnight Library. 19 years later. And it's called The Man at the Door. 27 hours before she decided to die, Nora Seed sat on her dilapidated sofa, scrolling through other people's happy lives, waiting for something to happen. And then, out of nowhere, something actually did. Someone, for whatever peculiar reason, rang her doorbell. She wondered for a moment if she shouldn't get the door at all. She was, after all, already in her nightclothes, even though it was only 9 p.m. She felt self-conscious about her oversized eco-warrior t-shirt and her tartan pajama bottoms. She put on her slippers to be slightly more civilized and discovered that the person on the door was a man, and one she recognized. He was tall and gangly and boyish with a kind face, but his eyes were sharp and bright like they could see through things. It was good to see him, if a little surprising, especially as he was wearing sports gear and he looked hot and sweaty despite the cold. The juxtaposition between them made her feel even more slovenly than she had done 5 seconds earlier. But she'd been feeling lonely, and though she'd study enough existential philosophy to believe loneliness was a fundamental part of being a human in an essentially meaningless universe, it was good to see him. Ash, she said, smiling. It is Ash, isn't it? Yes, it is. What are you doing here? It's good to see you. A few weeks ago, she'd been sat playing her electric piano, and he'd run down Bancroft Avenue and had seen her in the window here at 33A, and given her a little wave. He had once, years ago, asked her out for coffee. Maybe he was about to do that again. It's good to see you too, he said, but his tense forehead didn't show it. When she'd spoken to him in the shop, he'd always sounded breezy, but now his voice contained something heavy. He scratched his brow, made another sound, but didn't quite manage a full word. Are you running? A pointless question. He was clearly out for a run, but he seemed relieved, momentarily, to have something trivial to say. Yeah, I'm doing the Bedford half. It's the Sunday. Oh, right, great. I was thinking of doing a half marathon, and then I remembered I hate running. This had sounded funnier in her head than it did as actual words being vocalized out of her mouth. She didn't even hate running, but still she was perturbed to see the seriousness of his expression. The silence went beyond awkward into something else. You told me that you had a cat, he said eventually. Yes, I have a cat. I remembered his name, Voltaire. A ginger tabby? Yeah, I call him Volt. He finds Voltaire a bit pretentious. It turns out he's not massively into 18th century French philosophy and literature. He's quite down to earth, for a cat. Ash looked down at her slippers. I'm afraid I think he's dead. What? He's lying very still by the side of the road. I saw the name on the collar. I think a car might have hit him. I'm sorry, Nora. She was so scared of her sudden switch in emotions right then that she kept smiling, as if the smile could keep her in the world she had just been in, the one where Volts was alive and where this man she'd sold guitar song books to had rung her doorbell for another reason. Ash, she remembered, was a surgeon. Not a veterinarian one, a general human one. If he said something was dead, it was, in all probability, dead. I am so sorry. Nora had a familiar sense of grief, only the sertraline stopped her crying. Oh, God. She stepped out onto the wet, cracked paving slabs of Bancroft Avenue, hardly breathing, and saw the poor ginger-furred creature lying on the rain-glossed tarmac beside the curb. His head grazed the side of the pavement, and his legs were back as if in mid-gallop, chasing some imaginary bird. Oh, Volts, oh no. Oh, God. She knew she should be experiencing pity and despair for her feline friend, and she was, but she had to acknowledge something else. As she stared at Voltaire's still and peaceful expression, that total absence of pain, there was an inescapable feeling brewing in the darkness. Envy. Alright, so that is chapter 2. I will post chapter 3 tomorrow, and we are going to do 6 chapters of the books that we upload. We will read the first 6 chapters, and then we will post another video to let you guys know if we're going to continue on with that book or not. So I will see you guys tomorrow for chapter 3. Bye!